What if you could generate an extra $20,000 a year in passive income? That's about $1,667 hitting your bank account every single month. For many, that seems like a distant dream, especially when it feels like you're just on a stock market roller coaster. One month your portfolio is soaring, the next it's taking a nosedive. You hear people talking about massive dividend yields, but you can't help but worry about the risk. What if you chase that big payout and end up losing your hard-earned money? But what if there was a clear roadmap to that $20,000 a year goal, a guide to the exact ETFs that are built for long-term passive income, along with a simple set of rules to manage them? What if you could build a system that cuts through all the noise? Well, that's what this video is all about. I'm pulling back the curtain on my 10 ETFs in the spotlight list. These are the funds I'm personally buying to build a reliable multi-thousand-dollar per month income stream. And more importantly, I'm going to share the exact rule I use, a strategy that's all about following the long-term trend so you can invest with confidence. This isn't just another list of tickers, it's a complete blueprint. And stick with me to the very end because I won't just give you the list, I'll show you exactly how I'm allocating my own money across these ETFs to hit that income goal. Before we jump in, let's be crystal clear about something. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I'm just a regular person sharing my personal investing strategy for educational purposes. My whole philosophy boils down to two things: generating durable income and managing risk. I'm a big believer in using systems and rules to take emotion out of the equation and focus on long-term passive growth. A quick but important note on the numbers you're about to see. Dividend yields change every single day as stock prices move and companies adjust their payouts. All the yields I'm sharing are based on data from early May 2026. Think of them as a snapshot in time. Always do your own research to get the most current figures before making any investment decisions. The heart of my strategy is trend following for long-term investing. The rule couldn't be simpler. I only buy or hold an ETF if its price is above its 200-day moving average, which tells me its long-term trend is positive. If it drops below that line, I move to cash and patiently wait for the trend to turn positive again. This isn't about frequent trading, it's about protecting our capital from major prolonged downturns. By staying invested during healthy long-term uptrends, we let our dividends compound and build that passive income stream without exposing ourselves to the worst of the bear markets. All right, let's get into the 10 ETFs on my watch list. This first group is the foundation of the portfolio, the bedrock for our $20,000 a year income goal. These are ETFs packed with high-quality companies known for their sustainable dividends and a history of being pretty stable. ETF number 1, Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, SCHD. For many dividend investors, SCHD is the gold standard, and for good reason. It focuses on high-quality, dividend-paying U.S. companies that have a proven track record of sustainability. These aren't just companies with a high yield for the sake of it, they're fundamentally solid businesses. As of early May 2026, SCHD has a dividend yield of around 3.34%, and it pays out quarterly. My why for SCHD is simple. It's the anchor of the portfolio. It provides a blend of quality and dividend growth that's tough to beat for long-term compounding. ETF number 2, Invesco S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF, SPHD. The name pretty much says it all. SPHD identifies the 50 stocks in the S&P 500 with the highest dividend yields and the lowest volatility. This dual focus is a dream for a passive income investor. You get that attractive yield, but with the added cushion of lower price swings. Its yield is currently around 4.44%, and the fact that it pays monthly is a huge plus for cash flow. I have SPHD in the mix to help smooth out the ride and deliver those consistent monthly paychecks. ETF number 3, SPDR Portfolio S&P 500 High Dividend ETF. SPYD is another S&P 500 high dividend fund, but it does things a little differently. It takes the top 80 high dividend yielding stocks from the S&P 500 and weights them all equally. This means smaller companies in the index get the same footing as the giants, which gives you better diversification. Based on my research, SPYD is yielding about 4.26%. This ETF is in my portfolio to grab those high yield opportunities from all across the S&P 500, not just the usual suspects. ETF number 4, Fidelity High Dividend ETF, FDVV. FDVV is my fourth and final core holding. It tracks an index of large and mid-cap companies with high dividends that are expected to keep paying and growing them. It puts a real emphasis on quality and future potential, not just what a company has done in the past. Its yield is sitting at about 2.98% as of early May 2026. I use FDVV to get exposure to companies that aren't just paying me today, but are set up to keep paying and hopefully raising those dividends for years to come. Okay, this next group is where we dial up both the reward and the risk to accelerate us toward that $20,000 a year goal. These are the high yield kickers. They employ more aggressive strategies to generate those bigger monthly payouts, but this is the high risk, high reward part of the portfolio. You could see bigger swings in these ETFs, especially during a market crash. This is exactly why it's so important to manage them with our long-term trend following rule, to capture that income while protecting our capital from major downturns. ETF number 5, JP Morgan Nasdaq Equity Premium Income ETF, JEPQ. JEPQ is an income-generating powerhouse with a current yield that's an impressive 10.36%. It creates this massive income stream by investing in NASDAQ 100 stocks and using a covered call strategy. Put simply, it sells off some of the future what-if upside of its stocks in exchange for cash in its pocket right now. This strategy shines in a market that's moving sideways or just creeping up. I use JEPQ to pull a big monthly cash flow from the tech sector without taking on all of its wild volatility. ETF number 6, JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF, JEPI. Think of JEPI as JEPQ's S&P 500 cousin. It uses the exact same covered call strategy, but on a portfolio of more defensive S&P 500 stocks to crank out a high monthly income. Its yield is currently around 8.46%. JEPI is my go-to for turning the broad market into a monthly paycheck. The trade-off? You'll likely miss out on some of the crazy upside during a huge bull run, but you get paid really well to hold for the long term. ETF number 7, Invesco KBW Premium Yield Equity REIT ETF, KBWY. For a serious income boost, I look to real estate, and KBWY is a laser-focused way to get it. This ETF zeroes in on small and mid-cap REITs with high dividend yields. As of early May 2026, it's packing a hefty yield of about 8.68%. REITs can be really sensitive to what interest rates are doing, which is why my trend-following rule is absolutely non-negotiable here. I hold KBWY when the trend is in our favor to collect that massive monthly dividend, but I'm ready to move to cash the moment the sector shows signs of turning sour for the long haul. So, we're more than halfway through the list. Are any of these ETFs already in your portfolio? Which one is jumping out at you the most for your passive income goals? Drop a comment down below and let me know. And hey, if you're finding this blueprint helpful, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really does help the channel grow and tells YouTube you're getting value from the video. This last group is all about adding diversification that goes beyond just US large cap stocks. They bring in some international exposure and a totally different asset class. This is super important for building a resilient passive income portfolio that can weather different market conditions and protect that $20,000 a year income stream. ETF hashtag 8, Vanguard International High Dividend Yield ETF, VYMI. Relying only on the US market is a risk I'm just not willing to take. VYMI is my answer. It gives me exposure to high dividend stocks from both developed and emerging markets all over the world, excluding the US. Right now, it yields about 3.44%. I think of this as my one-stop shop for international dividend income. It's a crucial diversifier in a world where other economies might be zigging while the US is zagging. ETF hashtag 9, Global X Super Dividend US ETF, DIV. DIV takes a very straightforward approach. It invests in 50 of the highest dividend yielding stocks in the US. Now, while this can lead to a really high yield, it can also bring some volatility. This is another ETF where sticking to my trend following rule is absolutely critical for long-term success. The current dividend yield for DIV is approximately 6.63%. I use this as a tactical tool to capture some of the juiciest yields on the market, but only when the long-term trend is on my side. ETF hashtag 10, iShares Preferred and Income Securities ETF, PFF. Last but not least, we have PFF, which invests in a different part of a company's structure, preferred stocks. You can think of preferred stocks as a sort of hybrid between stocks and bonds. They offer high fixed dividend payments that have to be paid out before common stock dividends, which generally makes them less risky. PFF pays a monthly dividend and currently yields about 5.5%. I use PFF to add a layer of stable, high-yield income from an asset class that tends to move differently than common stocks, which diversifies my income streams even further. So there you have it, the 10 ETFs I'm personally using to build a diversified and reliable stream of passive monthly income, with the goal of hitting that $20,000 a year mark. You've got the core four for stability with SCHD, SPHD, SYPD, and FDVV. You have the high-yield kickers in JEPQ, JEPI, and KBWY to really juice that income. And you've got the diversifiers, VYMI, DIV, and PFF to build resilience into the whole portfolio.